We are live.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode on the Youth Wisdom. Today with us, we have something a little bit different. We are not going to talk with just one guest today, but two. Please welcome to the studio with us, Mr. Chris Ebai and Mr. Shea Priestley.
What's that?
Oh, yeah.
Not even before so you introduce the
Happy Tuesday, I believe I have.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, so welcome to the studio. So,
Thank you, Doris. We're actually happy to be here. I think she is happy as well.
Yeah, I am.
We can have fun.
I want to get Shea's voice. I'm only getting vibes that you might be so shy a little bit there, Shea.
Yeah, not really, but yeah, I'm happy to be here.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys have an interesting program coming up, the ILID. Is that more of a movement, a program, just going to be one-time event thing, or like a thing that we should expect over the couple of years? What's that?
I think you used the right word in the very first instance. It's a movement. So it is not just an event of 1 day, 4 days. It's rather a movement to help connect the students in the STEM with the professionals out there. Yes. Create a link between students and professionals to give them resources, to give them what they need to solve our Cameroon's problems. Cameroon overget problem. And we have to step in to do something about it. Yeah.
Okay, I would like to get into ILID, but I think we'd like to know more about our guests of today. So let's
Okay.
start with Mr. Chris Ebai.
It's always a pleasure to introduce myself. I'm a very small boy, just with very big dreams. Nonetheless, my name is Christopher Are Taibai. I'm actually a final year civil engineering student in the National Advanced School of Public Works here one day. And, well, I would say that's it for me for now. Aside, I do so many things, so many things. Like doing stuff that an engineer should do and what an engineer should not do. Let's not get in there for now. Let's just leave it hanging. If you want to know more about me, go to my social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, Christopher Are Taibai. You see me and know what I do. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, and now let's listen to Mr. Shea Priestley.
Yes, it's always an intriguing moment when you have to introduce yourself, because at that time you have to think about who am I. It gives you maybe some sort of an awakening. But okay, my name is Shea Priestley. I'm an environmental engineer and also an environmental consultant. I left school in 2021 from Cresa Forebois. That's a research center under the University of Changfaza, where I studied environmental impact assessment. And after that, I've been practicing grant writing and project management for about 2 years now at the Central African Research Institute, CAFAT. And yeah, right now I'm back to school, trying to get a link between environment and human health. And yeah, that's basically me. Apart from that, I'm a Christian. And the other aspects, yes, they will come after. We'll dig into that. We'll dig into that later.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so now that we know more about our amazing guests that are with us here today, I would like to know what brought about the idea for ILID? And can you tell us first, ILID, the full meaning again?
This is a very crazy question because no one thing brought about elite.
Okay.
Elite is a whole idea conceived from way back, and now it's looking a bit mature, but still we know there's a lot of development there. Elite, first of all, means Innovation Lab for Infrastructure Development. And as the name says, it's a 4-day event, 4-day lab, to help us Cameroonian youths develop our infrastructure. Now, how did it come about? I mean, sometime back in 2024, we had to experience 1 or 2 opportunities, like hosting an Unleash Hack in Boya, and then attending the Cameroon International Tech Summit in Yaoundé. We saw how much potential is in the Cameroonian youth, yes. And it was mostly about tech, mostly about information, communication, and technologies. Now, Elite actually is an idea wherein we are trying to come up with some sort of model that can help students in the infrastructure domain to solve our little problems. Because we have discovered many things. We don't have roads, we don't have this, we don't have that. We cannot continue having smelling streets all around Yaoundé. So basically, that's the whole concept of ILID, and it was born in a room with two people discussing about their life issues. Yes. So with these life issues, we discussed, and then that's how ILID was born. And we shared with people who were very passionate about the idea, got the team ready, got things rolling, and now we're at the verge of making it happen. Yeah.
That's interesting. So you guys saw the problems that Cameroon has, and like, let's build a community that is focused on solving these problems.
Exactly, because you can never solve anything alone. Like
Yeah.
alone, there's nothing you can really do. All you can do is what you can do. But
So,
yeah.
So Shay, how was it like bringing together a team to this point?
Bringing together a team, I would say it fell most on Chris. He's a vision bearer of ILID. Like, okay, he brought a vision, and it's a vision that I saw that it's something that you could ride with. You can follow it, and then it's going to be something great. They say great things come from small seeds. And when he shared the vision, I believe that each and everyone on that team, we saw the seed and we saw what it could become. And as a young Cameroonian, when you see something that is going to be great, not just as a young Cameroonian, as a human being, when you see something that is going to be great, the first thing you do, you have to jump on it. It's very logical that you jump on it and put in your best to make it that what you want it to be. So getting it together, a team, it was just to share the vision to people who will be able to listen to it and be able to carry it alongside with you. So it was complicated. When you get with those kind of people, it should be able to take you the mile. It should be able to push you along.
And would you say that the people who have joined you today, are you shocked, disappointed, still hoping for more, or the population or the members you have today behind ILID?
Behind ILID, I believe all the members of the organizing team. First of all, I'm proud of what they are doing, because when you see the activities and the effort that they are putting in, you see people going down to the field every day to sensitize students about the program. You see, there are times where maybe you come back from work or from school and then you're tired and drenched, and then you keep seeing notifications. People, they're sending pictures. Okay, we went to this school today. This is what we did. We talked to this number of people. This is what we're doing. We have talked to this person. We have talked to this person, and then we're trying to get the events going. It boosts you up. Even if you are being lazy, as a human being, there's a certain degree of pride that will not let you sleep. They say you pinch where it hurts. So you see that, oh, people are working and then you're not working. You need to get up and then you need to do something. I believe that I'm very proud of the people that are in the organizing team, and I trust them wholeheartedly, because you will not share a vision like that, something as important, that with people that you don't trust to run with it and bring out the best of that little vision that I had. So yeah, that's what I believe in those guys wholeheartedly. Yeah.
All right, so I believe the event is to hold, the first event is to hold on the 25th of April,
Exactly.
right? So what should one be expecting from that particular event?
Like she just said here, the organizing team is made up of people who are dedicated to the cause. Trust me that these people have not been sleeping since October. So they've been preparing for you since October, and you cannot expect anything less than excellence on the 25th of April. Actually, the main idea of the 25th is a conference where we're going to have youth innovators actually inspire the younger ones on the possibility of innovating in Cameroon. They say Cameroon is a very strong country. Yes, there are no opportunities in Cameroon, but there's opportunity. And these people are going to be there to teach us on how to exploit this opportunity to live from a little insight to a solution that can actually work. So on the 25th, we're going to have young innovators come inspire us through keynote speeches. We're going to have innovators inspire us through panel sessions, breakout sessions, and it's an opportunity to network. This can just be your next best opportunity to get to your dream, to get to your dream job, to get to your dream enterprise, to meet your dream, person, your idol and everything, because we are preparing so hard to give our participants the very best. And like we said in the beginning, we are part of the people that we are trying to inspire. So we actually are making sure that we ourselves are inspired by what we are doing before bringing in other people. So trust me, the 25th will be very lit. Yeah.
Very lit. Literally
Yeah.
very lit. Apparently.
It will be lit.
All right. So let's talk more about the main idea why this was created. You're looking to building a better Cameroon, improving on the infrastructural aspects of the country, I believe. So what will you say are the places in Cameroon where we seriously need attention, just need innovation when it comes to infrastructure, engineering, all of that?
You know, I think that you will agree with me that for 20 years now, our infrastructure has been static. Nothing has gone up, trust me. If they are fixing,
Static in what sense?
if they are fixing 2 roads in Cameroon, 5 are getting bad. So we are going behind, we're not going in front. Trust me. It's actually very bad. It's very bad.
Oh my God.
The area where we're actually improving is with buildings, houses, because it's more of an auto construction kind of system we have in Cameroon. People build their houses, and at least lately, people are seeking the expertise of experts, like I would say.
Yeah.
You know, in Cameroon, we first have the idea that we don't even look for architects. So what are they for? They'll come and waste our money. I have a small brother somewhere in the village. He can draw a plan, he can hit a nail. He's going to build my house. And that was the mindset that was killing us. But now we're getting out of it little by little. Nonetheless, we still have a lot of room for growth, you see. The little things are the things that we're trying to target here. The little mold that is in our house is what we're trying to target. The little things about the paintings that get bad after a year. You see, that little things that we can actually target as youth and innovate on and solve. Yes, the roads may be difficult to solve in 1 year, 2 years, but you know, just the inspiration of research can help us to solve the road problem and even the debt problem. The waste problem is also something that we can actually solve easily, but there's just a lack of bold action. Yes. To solve the waste problem is not that complicated from the little that we know. This is Shay, the environmental guy. He knows. Solve the
I
waste
think
problem
you
is not that
should
hard.
tell us more.
I think that you can tell us more about solving the
more
waste problem.
about
on your own, because that's a very hot cake.
It's hot cake. We've seen influencers. We've seen, if you're on TikTok, you must have seen the videos, the pictures of people taking selfies in around trash cans. There was even one, a friend of mine posted, he's in Limbe. There was a pawpaw tree growing inside of a trash can. And it was already bearing. So you can imagine for how long it's been there. I don't know. I'm going to ask him for that picture. Because, I'm going to ask him for that picture. Yes, there was a pawpaw tree growing in the trash can.
An episode concerning that particular trend.
I think you should.
Made an episode about it not long ago. Yeah.
Okay, you made an episode on it.
Yeah, about it. That's
Maybe I
quite
think
interesting.
you should revisit it.
I'll look at it.
Yeah, because that was interesting. When I saw it, I just laughed. It means you can imagine for how long it's been that way, for a tree to actually grow and bear. And the problem of waste, I believe it's something that can be changed really easily. And the first way to do about it is usually what we say, when you're thinking of theories of change or how to change perceptions or how to change behavior, the first of all, is give the people the make them to like it, make them to be able to follow it, and then make them to accept it. Because you can give them the information, you can give them everything, and then they refuse to accept it. But I see most quarters now, they are accepting the fact that, okay, not everywhere is a trash can. And not everywhere, you don't just litter everywhere. Most quarters have actually stopped. Like my quarter, we had a huge trash can. The last time it was cleaned up, it was actually cleaned up by the community, and then there's a big signboard there. It's not Izakam who put the signboard. It's not the city council or who put the signboard. The community actually put it. So, and there are houses around. So the people actually watch you. If they see you throwing dead there, actually they'll get you there and you pay heftily. You pay heftily. So that's just one of the aspects. And yes, and when he talked about construction, this image just came to my mind. When my father was constructing the village, he said, okay, we need somebody to draw plans and everything. He said, no, he has this his brother, he's an elder brother, he builds houses. And then I remember we sat one evening and then he went to check on the house, and when he came back, his demeanor was he was not happy. Yeah. So we said, okay, checked on the house, what happened? He said when they were building the house, the separation between the parlor and the dining section, he said there's a wall that was not straight. I was asking him, how is the wall not straight? So it seems they built a wall. One wall was coming maybe from this side, and another one missed it by about a whole centimeter. So there's half of the wall in front, and then There's one that is trace elite. And then I was asking myself, how do you build something like that? And then we just told him that it's because when we told him to carry technicians from town and get them to the village to build that, he said no, he has his brother who does that. And those are the kind of things that we do. We forget the expertise, we forget that everything has its place, and we begin to go down a step, we begin to go a step closer to mediocrity. And it's something that we need to really share about. And I'm sure that ILID is going to help in that domain. It's going to bring that little engineer, that young man who has that joy to be an engineer, to meet somebody who is already an engineer and who is doing the work as an engineer. Or maybe somebody who has dreamed of working in a construction company, to meet with somebody that's working there and actually have first-hand experience. If you have those burning questions, when you were a child and you saw all the architects, when you look at architects, you see Germany, you see the kind of buildings, or you see only Dubai, you see what they are doing in Dubai. Or you see the modern buildings that are built in Cameroon. There are architects behind it, there are civil engineers. To meet somebody and say, okay, how did you do? Or you see a 3D plan and then ask the person, how did you even do this? There's just some simple tweaking that the person might just teach you, and that might be just the opening you need for your life. And I know ILID is going to be that place for people to actually meet their mentors and make their dreams come true. Yeah.
I like the fact of getting the opinion of an environmental engineer into building the future of Cameroon, because many a times I believe people want to look so much at the civil engineering aspect. People are very okay with building a mansion beside a dustbin.
Very okay. In the dustbin.
Like we are looking at growing Cameroon in the dirt.
Yes.
And not checking how safe the environment can be. And last time, I think the one town that we have been to that, I would think if Cameroon can look half of that, in a sense, with the years coming through, is Boya. I don't know how they do it, but that town is doing so well.
Yeah.
Environmental-wise.
Because Boya no fine. So let's not go there.
Say Boya no fine.
Let's not go there.
Okay, so looking at all the different types of engineering that we have, do you believe all the various engineering types, fields are necessary into building the Cameroon we're looking for?
That's a very beautiful question. The civil engineer cannot work without an environmental engineer. It's not possible. And even the civil engineer cannot work without an analyst, data analyst. He cannot work without an economist. He cannot work without the land surveyor. All engineers, all professions need to put their hands together to build the Cameroon that we're looking for, actually. And the powerful thing about ILID is that we are not just seeking to solve problems. Our primary objective is to inspire. When we grow up, we have so many good dreams, so many nice dreams. What do you want to be when you're growing up?
I wanted to be a pilot.
Wow. What happened? What went wrong? Life happened.
Life happened.
I guess you also had a dream.
Life happens always. Life lives.
So the thing we're trying to revive is the dream. We have lost our dreams. Yes. You have to be able to be in a situation where you can actually chase your dream and get there. There's something more powerful than money. It's passion. When you're passionate about what you do, the money is not important. You can explain further. When you're passionate about something, the money doesn't really matter. And that's what we are trying to rebirth, that passion for that thing you love doing. And the passion will always stem in when you're solving someone's problem. It's something that happens like magic. When you have passion, you're going to do research. And now we are not just coming to create the passion. We want to as well give you mentors that can help you to grow this passion. So the last day of ILID is actually a moment we're going to match our participants to mentors. We're going to come there maybe sometime later. But just to answer the question you said, okay, ILID is an idea that needs every single person that can be involved. But for the very first version, we're targeting STEM students. STEM, you can be in mathematics, you can be in biology, you can be in medicine. We are just looking for people who have a critical thinking mindset, an analytical mindset, a mindset to solve a problem. Yes. Not that is all that is needed to solve Cameroon's problem. No. Every single hand is needed. Nonetheless, for this first version of ILID, we're trying to look for the analytical guys, the critical thinkers. We have to think critically and strategize. They will get to economy and accounting and other forms of engineering that are necessary for us to build the Cameroon that we're looking for. Yeah.
Okay. So after we have gotten to experience this marvelous event on the 25th of April, are there any other things in store that we
Oh,
should be looking up to?
Elite
That
is
just
a-
give us a hint now.
Elite is a 4-day event. Oh. It's really a 4-day event. We were hoping to have more days. Just that, when you're starting, they say you should be humble. Start small and grow.
Very true.
So we're going to be very humble this very first version and start with just 4 days. The first day, like we said, is a conference. We want to inspire people, as many youth as possible, students, young professionals, any domain, you're welcome. For the second and third days, we're looking at a lab where we need to have 45 participants. Those are the ones that we're going to start with. Like, those are the ones that we want to groom. We are actually part of those participants as ourselves because we cannot organize hot soup and then we miss it. When you cook hot soup, you have to eat it. So even ourselves to be part of those participants. And what we are trying to do is we are trying to empower these participants with a simple knowledge of design thinking, living from an insight to a solution. It works like magic. They always say, okay, we need Moses to come and build, to come and split the Red Sea for us to pass. But design thinking actually shows you that you can learn how to build a bridge to cross that sea. So that's actually what we're trying to do. Build a bridge to cross an impossible barrier using design thinking. We're going to start with 45 for the next 2 days. We'll have very top-notch experts, very top-notch facilitators to help us through the process. The very last day of it is going to be an event where we're going to pick 5 teams. Of those 45, we'll have 15 teams. 5 teams to pitch their excellent solutions in front of possible investors, possible financiers, ministers, people that can actually contribute to making those projects come to life, and they're going to win grant money. We'll not say, you want to know the grant money, get into our social media accounts. You're certainly going to know how much they have to win. Okay, so with these 5 teams, they are going to win prizes, which they're actually going to receive, and possible other opportunities like internships, mentorship, access to research articles, and so on and so forth. So we are hoping on starting the ILID movement from the 25th of April. And it's not finishing on the 3rd yet. It's just the beginning because there's more to come.
Okay.
Yeah.
At this point, I have my seat saved up for me.
The teaser.
Like the teaser was so like
It's
bum,
a
bum, bum,
teaser.
bum, bum, elite.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So with everything that you have said, I think I've heard a lot about the mentors aspect, grouping the participants with mentors. Do you have the name of certain people that you think you have already reached out to for their presence that day?
Okay, we have a few names, but I prefer that we announce them when we plan to do so.
Oh,
Let it come in
ladies and gentlemen.
well crafted, well prepared.
They have to roll the red carpet for this one.
Don't bother, they will know very soon.
All right, but I'm gonna stay very, very alert. Their social media handles are going to be sent out for you to keep in touch. I think I've been following up the posts you guys are making on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And you guys just started a channel the page not long ago, and it's already you're already having so many people that are behind the entire issue.
Yeah.
Did you expect it to be something that many people are going to be into?
A vision is always very blurred in the beginning. All you see are obstacles, all you see are mountains, what you really see is impossibility.
Yeah.
But there's one powerful thing about innovation when it comes, it's attractive. And, like the honey will attract the bees. ILID is attracting the change makers, the problem solvers. Because we have the people in Cameroon, trust me. We do have them. What we are creating is a network. We're not trying to create people. No. We know that there are people in Cameroon. We're creating a network to connect these people to solve this problem. So trust me, it wasn't easy in the beginning. We are not trying to be proud that we have something so amazing. But, change is attractive. Just as much as success is. This is something that is not just about us. It's mainly about all of us. And I think it's very reasonable that now we can have a couple of people coming and getting interested in the idea. And it's just an encouragement to us too. Because when we started, it was very blur. Like I said, actually in the beginning, we did not even think of it. We have actually planned the event of ILID and pushed it 3 times before announcing it. So trust me, we are just trying to grow. We are trying to get better. And one powerful thing about ILID is our team. Like he said, we have the best team in the world. Not in Cameroon, in the world.
In the world.
We have the best team in the
we
world.
do.
It's a confidence. I'm sure your team is just watching and be like, oh,
We actually do have the best team in the world. These people love it doing what they do.
Well, you can give shout outs to them right now.
Shout out to my team members. In short, shout in, shout around, shout over.
Shout between.
You guys are
Shout
amazing.
around, over,
ladies and
You guys are
gentlemen.
amazing. My team is really amazing. Yes.
Yeah, they're amazing.
They are really, let me say they.
They're amazing.
Third person plural. They are amazing. Everyone bringing a particular skill set and a particular passion. Man, it's all about them. And shout out to them. Shout between them. Yeah.
Shout on to them.
Shout out to
onto
them.
them. Shout for
Trust
them.
me.
Like I think I can attest to that fact, because for this being a first time launching, I've seen the professionality in just the launching, in reaching, sending out the information, and I can think when looking at how much the flyers and all the announcements might reach, you go all over Cameroon. Some might be now in, I don't know, Boya, Kaundere, Fa, Bamenda, and they are just wondering that how can I be part of ILID when it's only in Yaoundé? Are we going to be looking into possible tours?
You know, we have new generation media, but let's not go there. Let's keep that cat in the back. Nonetheless, during ILID, we actually hope to share, to have a live stream.
Okay.
Yes, that we are going to show on our social media platforms.
So that's how people out
Yes.
can.
This is a
take
hot cake. You cannot miss hot cake
Participate.
now. There's hot cake. You cannot miss. We'll try to do our best to get to you in the point of your need where you are, because what we want is a movement. Everyone is concerned. Everybody should be involved. And yeah, you can travel from Babenda to Yaoundé. It's worth it. Trust me. If you think there's no worth it when you come, we'll give back your transport. You go back happily.
When you've assessed and seen that it's not worth it.
Yes. We'll give you back your transport for you to go back.
Okay, so I think this is a question I really want to ask. When people organize an event such as this, I think they have a lot of expectations. I believe you guys should have a lot of things they're expecting to get out of the event and the planning. But if I want to ask, I'll ask you to give yours and you to give yours. What would be the thing that at the end of the event, you look at the event and say, it was a success?
Okay, I'll just like to start. I'll start with the quantitative. Yes, I think you can take the qualitative expectations. I'll start with quantitative, because those are things you can measure and count. Our event ILID actually is meant to inspire at least 700 people on the first day. So our expectation for the conference is 700 people. Yes, that's a metric we use to see if we attain 100% success or we're at 60. It's good for us to have that in place, because it will help us to better strategize for the upcoming editions or the upcoming versions of the event. Also for the lab, we are looking at having 45 participants, having at least 15 solutions. Yes. So at the end of the lab, if we see that we have 15 solutions, then we're on a good footing. If not, we'll still try to evaluate, okay, where can we do better, where can we improve? Quantitatively as well, we are looking at having at least 3 solutions that can be launched in the next 2 years. Like, okay, they work on their solution during ILID. It's just 2 days with other 2 days to like refine it to lead to. It cannot be perfect for implementation, but that can be a good start for something. And we are hoping that those 3 projects that are going to win can be launched in the next 2 to 3 years. Yes, to solve at least one thing, then we'll move to the next. One other quantitative expectation we have is to have partnerships with at least 2 to 3 companies for our participants to at least have internships between now and 1 year from now. Because that's also another obstacle we face. As a student, it's so difficult to have an internship. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
I think
very
that companies are looking for interns. I mean, who doesn't want a free laborer? You don't even give his transport to go home. So it's really we're just lacking a connection between these people and these other people. And so we are hoping that before ILID comes to an end, we can create partnerships with at least 3 companies, 2, 3, then yeah, we can be sure that we are on a good road to doing our job. Yeah, I think that qualitatively, Shay can talk more about our qualitative objectives and what we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, for qualitative objectives, like we said in the beginning, we want a Cameroon that we love to stay in. And
Japa.
yeah, no Japa. I'm sure, just before I say that, I'm sure in my class after we left university, we're just in the class group. You know the normal thing that happens in the class group. You just see WhatsApp will just tell you that your security code has changed with this person, or this person has changed number. By the time you check the number, it's
Legit.
+1, +33, plus. When you already see the plus, you know what happened. And then he just sends you one picture from where after about a month when he's left the country. And that's what happened. That's brain drain. Qualitatively, the first thing I want to do is to make sure that these young people know that there is opportunity in Cameroon.
Yes.
That there is opportunity. It's not people lacking. We've seen a lot of people make it in Cameroon. And we want to just show these youth that, okay, there's opportunity. You can exploit it, you can dig into it, and then you get the same kind of opportunity to make it like the others did. Another thing we just want is that we should have hope in this country. Most people have lost hope. Most people think that the best way to survive is to leave the country. If you don't leave the country, you become a civil servant, and then you look for a post where you can embezzle money. Because if you see somebody who has bribed his way into getting a post, obviously you sold land to get there. You have to pay back your family. It's like an investment. Your family is waiting on return. They are waiting on ROI. They are waiting on your return on investment. But we want these people, the young guys, the young generation to know that there's hope. There's hope for us in Cameroon. There's hope. Out there, it might look. They say the grass is greener over there, but there's a song that says the grass is greener where you water it.
Yes.
It's not. The grass is not greener outside. It's greener where you water it. So once they should have hope that, okay, if you water it here, the grass will grow, and obviously you make something out of it. Like Chris said, he talked about internships and creating partnerships. I would like to call it relationships.
Yes.
Networking.
Yes.
It's not just to get these people linked with maybe the higher ups. We want a situation where youths can share among themselves.
Yeah.
You know, when you have a problem, if I have a problem, maybe I'm doing something and I'm facing difficulty, I share it to Chris, he shares it to you. By the time it goes around 10 people,
The solution come out.
the idea might start out dumb. Somebody might just say, have you tried this? And I say, no, I did not think of it that way. He's seeing it from a totally different perspective. And that's really a solution. So when we create that network, those relationships, that's something that we are really banking on. Because relationships, it's like, it's a building, is a foundation.
Yes.
You cannot do it all on your own. Because on your own, you have just two eyes. You're not a horse, you're not a bird. A bird has maybe 270-degree vision. A bird can see this way and can see this way. You as a human, you have at most
180.
180.
180 is too much.
180 is even too much because
Less
I
than
cannot see
180.
some. It's less than 180. I cannot see what's directly on my side. But when you have somebody standing looking this way, somebody looking this way, somebody looking the other way, you have full vision. You have all the perspectives that you need to get something accurate.
It's an environmentalist.
So we want that kind of perspective. Yeah, so I believe those are the three main things that we want to pass. We want the hope, we want the relationships to be created. We want, lastly, one the vision to grow.
Yeah.
Like you were asking if there will be maybe some other event somewhere else. If the vision grows, why not? Why not having ILID in Bamenda, in the Southwest, in the West region? Maybe having something like that grow to even more than just Cameroon.
Yeah.
That's the vision. That's the vision of
Okay.
ILID, to grow. This is the first edition. Maybe this is 1.0. Maybe in a few months, we're having 1.1 or even 2.0. It depends on how we decide to name it. But yeah, that's the vision. We want the vision to actually grow, to make these young people see what they have and how to use it effectively to the best of their capacities. Yeah.
That's very interesting because I think while you guys were talking about the quantitative and qualitative objectives of ILID, I just crossed my mind that most of the times when we're starting something, like you guys said, you plant like 3 times and postpone it 3 times. you're so sometimes unsure you're starting something that you expect to be massive.
Yeah.
And when you finally start it, you're also wondering, how do I continue it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so something I need to ask at this point. Where do you see ILID in the next 5 years?
I think this is a question they ask you when you're looking for a job.
They ask you to see if you want to. It's a trap. If you want to still be at the same company. or
have
you want to
this
take
right now.
the CEO's job.
It's like all just right now, like the employers, and they're like, all right, I want to employ you to trust you with this vision, but like, in the next 5 years, what am I supposed to be expecting
He's
from
saying
this?
if you be able to, if you outgrow him,
If you have a good mindset.
yes, or if you want to take over his job, he's seeing how ambitious you are. Is your ambition, let me not use the word threat, is your ambition out ambitioning him? Is your ambition really bigger than his?
Yeah.
Are you ready to are you ready to eat that frog? To swallow it and go move ahead? Yeah.
So are you guys having the out ambitioning spirit?
We actually are very ambitious. There's one thing about youths. That's one thing I love youths. I love my generation. We are not scared of risk. We are not scared of risk. We are ready to ride bikes and die on them. We are ready to smoke cigarettes. We are ready to drink alcohol all night. Old people cannot do that.
All the bad things.
Yes. So it's not just about the bad things. We can actually take very good risks too. So we are not scared of the risk that is there. We are not scared of the difficulty. And to answer your questions directly, where do we see ourselves in 5 years? In 5 years, we see ILID actually impacting all of Cameroon. Yes. Impacting all of Cameroon, not that it's something about just growing the vision. We are more focused on the impact than on the name. So the name is not the important thing here. The problem is the vision. We want Cameroonian youths to dream again. In 5 years' time, we're no more looking just at STEM students. We're looking at Cameroonian youths. And for now, we're going to start in Yaoundé. It's a national event open to everybody. Yes, we're going to start with Yaoundé. But I'm sure by 5 years' time, we can be able to organize ILID where we can host our participants. Why not organize ILID out of the country in about 6 to 10 years' time? Yes. ILID is ILID. It's not just ILID Cameroon, but we'll start with Cameroon. 5 years from now, I'm sure we're going to be hitting ILID National Cameroon. Every single corner, every single youth, inspired, creating something. And not just about the movement, about the people. 5 years from now, we are hoping that our very first participants for ILID are going to be creating stuff that are actually going to inspire others. So it's some sort of network. This guy inspires these guys, inspires those that are behind him, and so on and so forth. And that is what we are looking at. Yes, creating that network, connecting us like this. We have to. I mean, Cameroon is static. We really have to do something about it.
I think with all our discussions, we have appeared very patriotic. And I think we had a question. So can I bring my question up? And the question says, okay, next gen dear engineers, I have just one question for you guys. Do you have your voter's card? Ladies and gentlemen.
I love that question. I do have my voter's card.
I don't have the physical. I registered.
Yeah.
I'm still to collect the card, but I registered. Yes, that's something. I've asked a lot of people that question myself.
Yeah.
Do you have your voter's card? Because we are all talking of change. And we had this debate in the office one time. I was asking my colleague, do you have a voter's card? And then she asked me, ça va aider à quoi?
Qu'est-ce que ça va changer?
I said, have it first. And then she asked, who do you think you vote for? I gave her the same response. Have it first.
Yes.
On that day, by the time you go to vote, you have a clear picture of who you want before you. I'm not judging you for your choice. I'm not judging you for anything. But on that day, you stand there and you know who you want.
Yes.
You know who you want. And like Chris said, the plan for ILID, like they say in French, on a le gros cœur. We are dreaming big, and we think we have what it takes to get to that place. We have the grit, we have the push that it needs to get there. And Cameroon has a lot of talent, a lot of people. They have a lot of ideas. They have a lot of people willing to work in order to make those things
To work.
in order to bring it to the light. And ILID should be one of those platforms where we are raising people. You brought the aspect of patriotism. Patriotism is not about just talking, about shouting when we have a match, say, oh, on the continent, and we are the continent, and then we are the continent, but how do we live up to the name? because it's not just about shouting, not about having the Cameroonian jersey. The day that they're playing, we wear all green, all white, or anything,
shout.
and we
Not
shout.
yellow,
Not yellow.
Green,
we
white,
know,
and
we know
red.
what we know what the yellow we know what the yellow jersey does.
Not yellow.
We know what the yellow jersey does.
When informed.
Yeah, we like the green one. We like the green one. All the mysticality behind it, we leave it to the people, but
Yes.
we always prefer the green one. It's not just all talk and no work. It has to be all talk backed up by the passion, the drive to get the work done, to get soil. Like we used to say, because I did agricultural and environmental engineering, we used to say, a farmer with no farm is not a farmer. If you say you're a farmer, they say, where's your farm? Then you think, are you really...
A farmer.
If they ask you, are you a civil engineer? And they say, yes, I've had how many thousand hours on AutoCAD drawing maps, drawing plans. These are some of the plans I've done. They say, okay, are you an environmental engineer? You say, yes. These are some of the projects I've worked on. These are some of the localities I've worked in. These are some of the things I've done. It actually shows that you're somewhere. There are opportunities, and then the reason why most people might not have the opportunities, maybe they don't have the platform to showcase themselves, but ILID is bringing this kind of platform for you to showcase yourself. The people up there, they will see you at ILID. We'll make sure that, yeah, somebody notices that you're actually there somewhere.
And just to add to what he said something about the people of the noticing ILID. Trust me, Cameroon has been a very difficult country all along. What we are trying to do is connect us to those people up there. Recently I attended a conference, GCAM. It was REC Cameroon. Yes. It was a program on trying to innovate in Cameroon's economy. We are actually dying. And I noticed one thing because I attended a workshop in infrastructure development. They need new ways to advance Cameroon's infrastructure. It was clear. So at some point, we are not just trying to get to them. They need us. They are trying to get to us. That is the gap we are trying to fill. That is actually the bridge we are trying to build. We need Moses in our generation, yes. But while waiting for Moses, we'll be the bridge that can cross the Red Sea. You understand? And we know that the government will actually recognize us. Even from our outreach with these companies we know, civil engineering companies, tech companies, they show interest in the vision. Now they're just skeptical, some of them. But trust me, many of these companies show interest in the vision. And because they know the Cameroon that we are looking for is in the hands of the youth. Yes, it's in our hands. We have the resources, the time, the energy, the risk bearing, all what it takes. And they have the resources, financial, opportunities to give to us to solve these problems. So it's time to actually get out of the dark, get into the light.
Yeah, I like the fact, when you mentioned the fact that the government will notice you at some point in time. I remember when we were at the Hustlers conference not long ago, that was one of the most impactful events I've ever attended. And I was so shocked to see how little the government's hand was in that event. An event that brought about 100,000 youths.
Oh, okay.
To teach them about how
to
hustle. Hustlers conference. It was so impactful, and I could not just ask myself, how come this is not on TV somewhere? How come I'm not hearing about stuff like this? And so there's so many other such events that don't get spoken about, that youths are bringing up. And sometimes, government be like, the youths need to rise up. But they're rising up, but nobody is covering them when they're rising. And I hope that's something that at least for elites we are going to experience this time, that government is going to pay attention to elites rising.
We are at our very inaugural event.
Yeah.
Yes. Government's attention is certain. Now, I'll just come into the Hustlers conference. Yes, it's a very impactful event. We all know how impactful it was. But now we have a very timid government that has a lot of problems. We have too many problems. I'm not taking the government side, but at some point now, our government will tire.
You need to stand up for yourself.
It's actually very, very true, because Cameroon has very diverse problems. When you want to look, when they're checking political and everything, I think let's take it back a little bit to the question I just asked concerning the voters card. I don't have a voters card. And I think, let me get back, because I think whenever I said a voters card, people are like, why don't you have a voters card? Initially, when I was like, okay, I'm at that point where I start voting for my country, I was like, okay, I'm excited. Let's go find out what we have in store for this country. I went down to my research, checking all the people. What are those that are running? What are those that are running? Oh, let's see. Okay, all right.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
You
Oh,
what
begin to
doing.
say, oh, really,
And
nice.
I
really.
just sat down for a
Then,
second and I was like, I don't see, like your friend told you,
mm,
it was not more the fact that I did not something new. I did not see something new that wanted something different.
You not
That
see
was
something
new.
different.
That had a promise for something different.
Yeah.
That was just it. So even me looking through, I think I've always been that person that I learned over time about building your own mindset. I don't just go with the flow because I want to get that card. I think me later on I was like, okay, I think maybe I like to get it now, but I think the time had passed to get it. But I understood that in that moment I knew why I never saw a point for it. Like if you are giving me, I will not even go. I was not going to work it because I'm not going to just pour. For me, I always feel like a voting card is you deciding the direction of where your country is going, where you wish your country should go. Like that, it's more than just you choosing a name, choosing a person. It's you taking this is the future of the country. I'm directing to this person.
buy
So
into somebody's vision.
yeah, so I never saw a vision to buy it.
That's very bad.
And I've talked about this. I think what called episode lastly. We were talking about covering one of the candidates. He was talking Sir Honorable Priley, and in all his talking, he was saying a lot of things. I said Cameroon has many problems. He was stating all the problems that Cameroon has, and I was like, yes. So what are the solutions you have? It was like, Your Honorable, what are the solutions?
What are the
Like
solutions?
that
That's
is,
it. It was recently, right? Is
yeah.
it yesterday or?
I think it was recently that I released that. So it's like not so long that I had the interview. I listened to them speak so much. Like people speak about Cameroon's problems and
But
so
not
little about Cameroon's
solutions.
solutions. So I've just, I think the highest thing that Cameroon really is have for that kind of dynamic about making mentality shift. Not just saying the words, like not just saying that we need to change it. Like, okay, how are you going to change it? The moment I see that I will run, I will fight, I will beat anyone. Hands down. I think maybe now I can get because now I'm even going in depth to give it to every single category. So just that's another thing. But I think we've spoken so much about it and I'm just so excited. I like post conference. I don't know. Are you guys sitting like I'm going big.
In a confidence for me.
We know your father is the president. You drive without a driver's license. Trust me. You don't need
Who is gonna stop
insurance. You don't need insurance.
You're even going far.
Come on. And we
You know
have backup.
when your mother is in charge of sharing food and allocation. Do you know that feeling? The feeling when you know that feeling, there's a certain way you just walls around the
All your
place.
friends start coming sweet
Yes,
names. Oh my
because
god.
they know when, and then you don't need to rush to the table. You know food is going to come and meet you.
There's even food there.
There's even food in the house because if she's the one sharing food, that means obviously some cooking happens in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've
You're
tested.
already at the
You know what they say you've tested graduation jollof in the house before it reached the party.
Wow.
Wedding jollof is eating in the house before it reaches the party. So yeah, that's the kind of confidence that we have in our team. We know what they're capable of. We've seen them do the work, and we still see them do the work. And they're not relenting their efforts. They are going in head first. They say leap leap of faith.
take it for faith.
And one more thing is that we're trying to shift mindsets. We are starting with our mindsets. The least thing we want for this mediocrity. We have to dream. If we want to get Cameroonian youths to solve problems, we have to present ourselves as people who are even eager to solve problems. One source of our confidence is Cameroonians. We are all youths. We know how bad it is. We are sure that deep down we want to
We want
japa,
it.
but we still believe in Cameroon. We still trust Cameroon. We still love Cameroon.
That's very true.
And we
That's so
know
true.
that we are not just the ones coming in. All we can do is organize. But the real impact is about the people who attend. People are looking for this that we have to offer. And the magic is that we are not even the ones offering. We're just connecting what I have to offer. far. Those are actually see. So
Middlemen.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's basically something we're confident about. Cameroonians will show up. They want to see a change, and at this point in time, we are tired. Oh,
Cameroonians
we
really
are
are looking
tired.
for a
Yeah,
change. They are desperate, desperate for a change at this
yeah,
point in life in every aspect of it, economic, politically, socially. They are looking for a change. They're looking for a change. I believe it's going to be a very, very, very big beacon of hope for them when it concerns the infrastructural aspect of Cameroon.
yeah,
So thank you
yeah.
guys very much for joining us here today. And before I'm going to go on, you guys can go and continue being the big bosses and big empires that you
Very
are.
small people with a very big dream.
Yeah,
We
but
are very small.
I,
Please,
I,
please,
I
sister
know,
big
I
engineers
know.
here
Look
with
at,
We
me.
are very small,
look at our size.
even physically.
We are very few people.
Very few.
We are very few.
So just tell the public how they can get to you, how they can maybe connect to the live stream that day, how they can get to Elite. And maybe yourself personally.
Okay. I think I'll just start by sharing in social media. I think
Okay.
even in this live stream, it will be shared. But Elite, naturally, if you want to get to us on any social media platform, just type Elite Cameroon. You see us. Or you can type Innovation Lab Infrastructure Development on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. I'm sure you're going to see us. About the live stream, we're going to communicate that on our social media pages. So share the links. And trust me, it's no one to miss Elite. We have people in the diaspora that are actually supporting us, trust me, and they are looking forward to making sure that we meet objectives, we connect Cameroonian youths, not just those at home, even those abroad. We know they love Cameroon, and they can actually give a contribution to building the Cameroon that we want. So, talking about me, what's important now is elite. Yes. But my name is Christopher Areta Ebai, social media LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. You can check me out. But I mostly use LinkedIn. Yes. Instagram and Facebook just once in 3 months, so once in 4 months. That is on LinkedIn. I'm there almost every day of the week. So yeah, you can check me out there. Yeah.
Yeah. Just before I share, he actually said something that I think you might have lost track of. We have a lot of accountability to do. We have, it's not just, lead is not just about us. We have people that and have deliverables that we need to meet up expectations. So another shout out to the team because they are working
Shout
marvelously.
out to the team.
They are working marvelously that we meet our targets, we meet the key deliverables. You know, when you're going out for partnerships, you have deliverables. So we are accountable to a lot of people to make a lead a success, to make it great. Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn as Shea Priestley. I'm also on Instagram. My Facebook account has been dormant for a long time. Yeah, but I'm on Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, I'm on Twitter too. I'm on Twitter. Shea Priestley. Yeah, if you type Shea, you see me. Shea Priestley. Yes, you see me on Twitter. That has been he has been a little slow on Twitter. You know, Twitter you need some time and some effort and a lot of a lot of resilience to be on Twitter. Yeah, yeah.
It's a
At
bit busy.
a certain time, I was spending hours and hours on Twitter. So I just said, let me cut down on social media for a little bit. Yeah, but yeah, those are my social media handles. It's LinkedIn, Shea Priestley, Instagram, Shea Priestley, the names and everything. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, those are very beautiful guests for today. Came two handsome men today. Ladies and gentlemen, I came waiting for
Beautiful
you
men.
guys today. Beautiful. Oh, it's not handsome. You said they're beautiful men.
No, no, we did not say
We
we are
are
beautiful.
sorry. We are
We don't
sorry, ladies
legalize
and
that, yeah.
gentlemen. Okay, but on that note, we have come to the end of this very amazing, amazing session.
Before we end, I would like to say one thing.
Please go ahead.
I want to give a very big shout out to New Generation Media. You guys are the
Next
innovators we are
generation.
looking for. You guys are actually the innovators we are trying to connect. We actually here, we're not in the wrong place. We're in the very right place. You guys are doing a good job from entertainment to tech to politics. It's interesting for Cameroonians to know about Cameroon from Cameroonians. Not those kind of CNN or BBC kind of thing that they'll come to poor communities and then take those children begging for bread or swimming in the gutters. We have so much beauty in Cameroon. We
Yeah.
have so much to address in Cameroon. And we believe that this house is a place that will actually be a very big contribution to that. So shout out to you guys. Thank you for having us. We are very grateful to be here. And in 5 years' time, where will you be?
So what will you be in the next 5 years? So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Oh my God, so I'm not jumping down in there.
No, we can keep that part. No worries.
Oh my God, I've enjoyed this way too much, but like, that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you very much to our very humble guests here that are beautiful. They say that beautiful moms can stop. That's a humility in them to
I'll
that
take the
point.
accolades.
Thank you very much for having us.
I'm going to be seeing you guys next time, next Wednesday again for another very exciting episode. You know, we bring out the youths that are bringing impact like this, our young gentlemen here. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for our next episodes and follow up on other episodes during the week. That's all for today, guys. Bye.